Good morning, everyone. Letting everyone get in. Good morning. So today I am live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Shout out to everyone that is following this morning. I am going to give people about 1 minute to get in here. So tap in. Let me know that you are here. Let me know where you are listening from. I would like to know that. So write that in the chat so I will know that you are checking us out and you are tuning in. I am Tanisha Shanae. And for those of you that are watching on Facebook, I have a quick message for you.
And I have the Kindle version of your book. And like I said, I highly recommend this book. It is, and I've been, since I've been in Christ, past 12 years, I've read a lot of Christian books, but this book is, relationship wise, it is what you need. So you can get the understanding of how do I choose the right person? How do I, overcome heartache, as we talked about? How do I get in the will of God? Get that book, order it, and read it, and be sure to, she definitely is anointed to serve God in this capacity. And we thank you.
Yes, I am back. So we are going to get started now. So yes, I am Tanisha Shanae, Miss Inspiration. And today is Monday. Today is I'm really trying to dedicate back my time. I used to go live a lot in the past, and I definitely fell off. And I was like, you know what, God, I got to get back to doing what you have called me to do. I believe that every person that needs to hear this message will find their way to this message. So those of you that are watching on the replay, let me know. Tab hashtag replay so I know that you were here with me in any capacity, and we're gonna just get live. We're gonna go right into it. So I like to start my day with affirmations. So I have some affirmations here. They're affirmation cards that I picked up from Five Below, and I'm actually in the process of making like more for myself because this deck only has like 25 cards. So I do not have more than 25. So I'm like, I'm gonna make my own. And oops, okay. So today's card affirmation is I am who I want to be. And this is I'm letting you see this so you don't think I'm just lying. I am who I want to be. And this really ties into the topic for today of not playing small, right? I want us to get out this mindset that we have to downsize ourselves, that we have to play small so we can fit into these areas of our lives that we want to be in. And so, as always, anyone that knows me, if you ever watch any of my lives, especially in the past, I'm always out here trying to give you information. So it will be very beneficial for you to always have a pen and paper on Mondays because I definitely want you to be able to tap into this. So I was like, why do people play small? So I did some research. Like I know the answer, but sometimes I want to make sure that we're like on the same page as to our research. And it says it's basically that we are playing small because our actions are motivated by fear, insecurity, low self-worth, right? And that is actually very true. A lot of people who play small are playing small because of some type of fear, right? There, it's some kind of insecurity. And I know for myself, there was many of times that I was playing small because of, physical characteristics, not my weight, right? Believe it or not. My gap in the beginning was one of the things that I was allowing myself to put as the reason why I didn't want to be a speaker. When I was younger, I didn't want to be a speaker or a teacher because I didn't want people to hear me stutter. I used to stutter when I was younger. And then it also said like playing big means that your actions are motivated by what brings us full, true fulfillment and deep satisfaction. When people play big, they're not doing it because, you know, they're just only confident. They're doing it because it fulfills them. And I want to stay there for a moment because I feel like that is something, right? I am who I want to be. This ties in greatly. I am who I want to be because what I want to be is going to fulfill me. If you are currently not living and doing what fulfills you, then you're not living your true self. You're definitely playing small, and that is not going to continue to bring you the results that you want. Again, the people that are playing big, they're playing big because they're seeking what is going to fulfill them, what is going to bring them satisfaction, what is going to make them happy. But people that are playing small, you are allowing fear, you are allowing, your the low self-worth to come in and now block you from having the life that you desire, from having the life that you always dream of or believing, right? I want us to get out of this mindset, because if we're not getting out this mindset, we're going to continue to play at a lower playing field. You're not going to get where you want to be. And I want each and every one of us to get to the life that we want. I'm in therapy, right? And I'm very honest and transparent with my community about that, because good morning, Mr. Ed, you over there in Puerto Rico? You didn't invite me, Ed. Okay, sorry guys. I remember, being look. So I was in therapy, and we were talking during my last session, and my therapist, she called me out. My therapist called me out. God's been calling me out for like the past month, and she said. She was like, I don't know your full purpose. She was like, I don't know your full purpose. However, I do know that you are not playing and fully living the life that you want. She was like, you are living a modified version of your life. And when she said that, I had to literally agree, because then I realized I'm not living the full version of the life, like the bigger picture. I'm living the modified. I'm living the one that is still risky, right? For anyone who does not know, end of 2021, October 2021, I quit my full-time job, right? I quit my full-time job and I took contract jobs. And for some people, that's like, I could never do that. Why not? Like a contract, look, at the end of the day, no job is guaranteed. Okay, so whether you have a full-time permanent job or you have a full-time contract job or you have contracts, no job is guaranteed. Look how people were hired for, what's that, Facebook, at the end of last year or beginning of this year, and it didn't work out. I think they let go of half the people that they had just hired because they ended up going into a hiring freeze. Nothing is guaranteed. So I looked at my situation that I was in 2021. And the situation was, and anyone that knows me personally, I know I need to be in situations that make sense. I live in Brooklyn. I was working in the Bronx. They wanted me to come from Brooklyn to go to the Bronx to teach my classes in my office. I'm going to say that again so you guys can process what I just said. They wanted me to travel from Brooklyn to the Bronx to sit in my office and teach my online classes. What sense does that make? And it really hit me one day when I sat in traffic and I was about to be late for my virtue class. Like, imagine trying to explain to your students as a college professor, because they're going to call you out. Professor, you talk about me, I can't log in late, and you're late for class. And just imagine me having a conversation. Well, yeah, I was stuck on the Major Deegan because there was the big tractor trailer that fell, that spilled over, and that's why I'm late for our virtue class. And then once that made sense to me, I was like, God, you know how I do. I had to go into prayer. I had to really start putting together. And I made a plan. I said, God, I want to go back to being fully remote, not because of a pandemic. I want to be fully remote because I want to travel. I want to have the freedom, the flexibility to get up and do the things that I am called to do. And that is what I did. I made a plan and it happened. It worked itself out. And then God was like, all right, I'm going to set you up because I'm about to change your life in a couple of more weeks. And literally for 6 months of this year, my life was totally, it was such a beneficial for me to be home, for me to be remote. I didn't know that, but I just had to I had to take that step. And if I didn't take that step, the situation that needed me for 6 months, I would not have been available. I would not have been able to do that. So sometimes you have to take that first step because God already knows the end. So he's like, I just need you to just fully commit to this. But I've committed to a modified version. And it's like, now I have to get back to the full version. I have to stop playing small. I have to stop being afraid for whatever the reason is. And the last quote that really hit me in my studies, because I study, guys. I study when before I go live, I'm coming to y'all with quotes and information, data, because that's just who I am. That's who Miss Inspiration is. And it says, our light frightens us. It's not the darkness that frightens us. It's the light that frightens us. And trust me, I have battled with my light for years. And I'm not talking about the light, on the light here and the light, Con Edison and your electric bill. No, the light that who you are when you step in, when you walk into a room, what happens? Some people, when they walk into a room, the entire environment shifts. They don't even have to say anything. Just their presence shifts the entire environment. That is your light. And some people will see your light before you do. They will see your light. And trust me, when people, and that's why they say a part of playing small is your insecurities. You have the insecurities, but other people will automatically see your light. They're going to either try to manipulate you to believe that you don't have a light. They're going to be like, oh, that person is insecure. Okay, bet. I'm going to tap into the insecure part. I'm going to make sure that I keep them suppressed so that they don't know that they have a light. I see the light. We don't want those kind of people. But unfortunately, those kind of people show up a lot in our lives. So this is why you have to go and start surrounding yourself, right? When you start surrounding yourself with the individuals that sees your light and that's going to speak to that light, that's going to encourage that light, that's going to inspire that light, that's going to help you to pursue that light. That's the people that you need to be around, because they're going to be able to help you to distinguish the people that are going to be manipulators, that are going to try to suppress that light. But when you start to see that light and start to own that light, you're going to be like, wait. And trust me, it's very intimidating. It's very, very scary. When I realized the power that I held with just my presence, with just who I was, it scared me because things was just happening. Things was happening that I was just like, wait, I don't know how this just happened. Like, what, huh? I did a speaking engagement some years ago, and God just had me talking. He had me talking about health. He was like, some of y'all got to get healthy. If not, he's going to give you a wake-up call. And he might just smack you. And this is exactly how I said. He might just smack you to get your attention. And literally seconds after I said that, what happened? Someone in the audience passed out. Literally, it's like I said it, and it's like the person just passed out. So now everyone's looking at me and I'm looking at them and I'm like, God, I did not do it. Guys, I don't know what just happened, but let's make sure she's okay. The person was a diabetic, was not taking any medication. And that was the message. God got her attention immediately. But when I realized after that, I was afraid. I went to go sit in the corner. And the person that was overseeing the event, when the person got medical attention, when all of that happened, she was like, "No, you're coming back up here and you're going to continue this message." She said, because if that happens, the moment that you said that, then there's something else that needs to be said today, and we're going to let you finish that. And I was just like, no, like, I'm okay. Like, no, because at that point I was like, God, I don't know what's going to happen next. Like, if I say something's going to shake, is the world going to shake? Like, it's going to be an earthquake right now. I didn't know, but I had to just come to terms like that is just who I am. That's the power that I have within God. And I just have to just keep doing what I have to do. It's not about me, right? Your light is not about you. It's about everyone else that needs it. This is the reason why we have to be that light. That's why I say you're either the manipulators are going to be attracted to that light, and they're going to see your insecurities and they're going to try to suppress you. But the people that see your light and that need your light, those are going to be the people that's going to hold on to you. This is the reason why I started doing what I do in 2014. And guys, I thought that the reason why I was sent here, reason why God had me speaking, reason why I was Miss Inspiration was because of my, my weight loss journey. And guess what? When I started to gain the weight back, y'all never left. Y'all never left. Like, y'all still was sitting here rocking with me. And I'm like, well, God, I gained the weight. And that's when God told me, your weight loss story was just a part of your journey. But that's not why I called you to do this. You're not Miss Inspiration, the weight loss guru. That's not your title. You are an inspirational speaker. You are here to inspire. You are here to speak because someone needs to hear what you have to say. I'm pouring something into you that someone needs at that God-given moment. They don't always know why. I don't always know why. Do you know how many times I have gone live and I didn't know why I was going live? I went live so many times that I'm just sitting here like, all right, I'm live. God told me to come here with a message, and I just start speaking, and I'm just going. And then next thing you know, I put the message out there, I leave, and then God said, yo, I'm gonna send this person to let you know why I sent you there. Hey, Shad, yes, I've been consistent since 2014. I fell off, but I'm always here because I know that whether it's a post, it's a quick message, it's an old message, like you guys, Thursdays, Throwback Thursdays on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. I put up my throwback messages. I've been doing live since 2015. I have nothing but messages. So I started to now repurpose my content. So every Thursday at 7:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can go to one of those platforms and you can check out an old message that I had. It might be old in date, but it is definitely going to be purposeful for that moment. I guarantee you. Right? You have to just do your part. Do the part that God needs you to. Show up and be the person that God needs you to be. Do it exactly how he calls you. Like, that's what I have come to terms with. And I know it's not the easiest job. It's not easy. I'm telling y'all that, trust me, I have gone through moments where I'm just like, yo, screw this. I almost deleted every post, every page, every video. And then God will be like, no, he'll either send someone and be like, nope, you're not doing that today. You're not shutting down everything. Nope, every video will not be shut down. Every post will not be. Nope, every video. That's why even when I had gained weight, I was like, well, I guess I should take down my first book, Transition to a Healthier You. Transition to a Healthier You is still being sold on Amazon. I still get royalties every month. At least one person buys it a month without me even promoting it. Because guess what? The story is real. It's going to still help someone in their journey, no matter where they are. See, the journey that I'm in right now is not the same journey that I was in 2012. I was not in the same journey. I didn't get off the bandwagon because of, unhealthy relationships. That's what happened back then. Now it was something totally different. Right? So you have to just understand, right? So I want you to start thinking about if you are playing small or if you are playing a modified version, right? Because that's what some of us are really, yeah, exactly. So many people go through a shot on Instagram, so everyone that I've seen go through their weight loss journey again, gain something back and then lose it again. Exactly, right? That's a part of the story because that's realistic. Life happens. There's one of my sorority sisters, I can never pronounce her name, but she's she's dope. She does like fitness. She had gained weight because she ended up having surgery. She had to have surgery, and her recovery process, I think, was like 3 months or 4 months. So her body was like what she was used to doing, working out every day, going in there, weight training. It wasn't the same. And so people were like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you gained weight. And then she was like, because she didn't tell us. And that's okay. You don't have to tell people why you're going through it as well. You got to get through it and then turn back and say, all right, so bet this is what happened. And now she's supporting people who have similar situations, who have similar surgeries. She's supporting them, right? So when you are, I just want us to get into this mindset of saying, all right, if I'm living a modified version or if I'm just living completely small, you're not living in the path that you're supposed to. The first thing I need you to do is surround yourself with people that are either doing that or are either in pursuit of that. Hear what I say? People that are either doing it or people that are in pursuit of it. If you are only around people that want you to stay small and they only know you for who you are today and how they have known you for years, then you got to get away from them. You got to start surrounding yourself with people that are doing. This is why, a lot of people, when I used to go live, someone would be like, oh, she about to start, promoting, for coaching. But some people need that coach, because that might be the only person that is walking in the life that they want to live. So they are investing in that, having that person. Some people tap into communities because everyone in that community is starting to think the same way. They're starting to, believe differently. They're starting to think, believe and, dream bigger. That is definitely what we need. You have to start surrounding yourself, because you're going to drain yourself trying to stay in the same circle of people. And you're trying to, you try to be the inspiration in the midst of trying to get there. So now you're trying to convince them. It's going to be too much work. If they don't believe in it, if they don't believe in you, then you got to walk away. You hear everyone say this. That's why, for those of you who don't know, I used to work in the music industry. And the one thing that I do see, and I'm happy to see that, that's like 20 years, 23 years later, right? Jay-Z is in the same circle of immediate friends, okay? Immediate friends. I used to be a Rockefeller. The same people that I used to see Jay walk into that office with consistently are the same people that when he's at the Rock Nation brunch, or, once in a while you might see a clip with him out. It's those same people, right? The same people. And it's just amazing, because I know that when they were out in Marcy, they were believing it. Like, he's probably telling them, he was saying, I'm the best rapper. I'm the best rapper alive. And they were like, yeah, yes, you are. And they egging him on, and they believed in that. And they continue to believe in that, and he was able to continue to bring them with him. Imagine you up here like, I'm the best inspirational speaker out there, and they're like, no, you're not. ET is. Like, why would you, like, seriously? Like, you gotta say, like, we all know ET is the number one inspirational speaker. We know Tony Robbins. You know what I'm saying? We know Les Brown, but I know that I am the number one inspirational speaker in the world. Yes, I am. And if you gotta sit here and try to throw a jab, well, ET is. Then why are you here? Let me get around the people that's going to believe it. Because then sometimes you may have to stand by yourself. And you got to be okay with that too. You might not have the money to invest in a coach or invest in a community. And you might have to stand there by yourself. And honestly, that was my journey from 2017 to 2018. I had to stand by myself. I had to talk to myself, and not in a crazy way, but talk to myself, because no one else understood who I was. Right? You have to believe in yourself, right? You have to believe this, and you have to see it, because guess what? God gave you the dream. God gave you the dream. And so many of us are wasting time trying to encourage someone, trying to convince someone. Let me say that. We're trying to convince someone else. God gave you the dream. So if you're saying it and they don't believe it, then guess what? Pack up your stuff and walk away. Stop sitting there, because all you're going to do is now attract that. Or what's going to end up happening, and I've seen this happen multiple times in my life, your light is going to be so vibrant that it's going to annoy them, and they're going to leave. Can y'all believe that? Your light is going to be so vibrant that it's going to annoy them, and they're going to be like, I'm not doing this. I'm not messing with her. I'm sick of her, and they're going to pack up their stuff and they're going to leave. And do not be afraid of that. Let them leave. Let them bounce. Peace out. Deuces. You don't need to be here. We don't need that energy. We're not on the same page. We're not even in the same book. A lot of the people that have walked out of my life, I remember being in college. I had joined a sorority, and I had this really close friend. I didn't think we were like best friends, but I thought we were mad cool. Yo, next thing you know, the moment that I crossed, just like high and by. And I was like, Dad, like, yo, what's up? So one day I went to her room because it bothered me. And I was like, yo, what happened? Like, why are you acting like this? And this person said to me, well, because you became, because you joined your sorority, I figured that you were going to change. So I just changed for you. What? So you didn't even give me the space to even start changing. They usually started, but it bothered them so much that they packed up their stuff and they removed themselves from my life. And as much as they hurt me, once I understood, that was my first time really understanding that people are not always going to be comfortable with who you are. People are not going to always be comfortable with who you are. Good morning. They're not going to be comfortable with who you are and where you're going. And you have to be okay sometimes to stand there looking crazy by yourself. You have to. You got to just get to that comfortable space of saying, look, I know who I am. I know where I'm trying to go. I'm tired of playing small. I know that I'm confident. I know that I have a light. It's gonna dim some people out. You know, other people are walking in darkness. They don't understand. We're not on the same page. I got to stand by myself. And you got to do that boldly and confidently, and you got to just stand there until the people that are going to either come and support you, they're going to either cheer you on, they're going to just stand there and they're going to speculate and they're going to be quiet. I don't mind those people. See, I don't mind the people that don't really supposed to be there. I don't mind them because they're just going to be there. They're just trying to see what's going to happen, but they don't say nothing. They're not giving any praise. They're not saying anything negative. They just standing there. That's cool too. You need them because those going to be the people that's going to tell your story for you. They're going to be out there like, yo, because they may be throwing shade at you, right? But they're sitting here telling your story. They're gonna be like, yo, let me tell you about this girl. And she said this, and and she said this is what happened. That's cool because guess what? Now somebody else knows about Tanisha Shanae that they didn't know about before. That's cool. So I like those people too. But I want to get more around the people that are going to encourage me, that's going to inspire me, that's going to, look for me, that's going to push me, because the people that come to me for support, they push me. They push me to say, look, I gotta go live. Like I've had a lot of people hit me up and be like, yo, so when you haven't been live lately. See, that's something else that I want us to also stop doing. A lot of us, we would chase after everyone has different gifts, right? And some of us have superpowers, like certain gifts are superpowers and certain gifts are just your gift. I'm gifted in writing. So I was really trying to camouflage things. If you notice, I would rather post, like I'll put up a quote, I'll put up a saying, right? I'll post that. And I'm thinking, well, God, I'm doing my part. Don't you know when you're not using your primary gift, especially when you know it's your primary gift? See, this is where we get into trouble because we will know the gifts that we have. We will know which gift is going that God wants us and needs us to use, and we won't use it. So we go for the one that's going to be our comfort zone. All right, I'm going to just write. I'm going to put out journals. Like I'm going to journal y'all to death. Y'all going to be going to Amazon, typing in Tanisha Shanae. You're going to see like 10 journals by the end of 2022. That's okay. Just make sure you go out there and get your journals, okay? But I was doing those things instead of speaking. I was doing those things instead of going on live. I wasn't going on my podcast. I wasn't doing those things. And even people were like, yeah, I like that. That's cool. But it's something about when you speak, it just does something different. And I'm just like, but I like to just, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go live. But they pushed me. Y'all pushed me. When y'all watch these videos and like people stay for the whole video, I be like, yo, people actually said, like someone actually sat and watched the whole thing. Sometimes that makes me realize someone out there needs it. It's not about me. It's about who needs it. Who is sitting there in their car right now listening, on the train listening, at work listening, on the beach probably listening, or by the pool listening. I'm throwing a jab at my friend Ed, but that means that someone needs it. So I have to do my part. The same way when I'm feeling defeated, I can go online and I can find E.T. I can find Abraham Hicks, right? I can find these people. They show up. And they pour into me. I'm a part of E.T.'s coaching group. I gotta log in so I can get that. I'm like, yo, I just did a 3-day webinar with E.T.'s marketing team, Nikki and Carl. 3 days talking about content. And the beautiful thing that I loved about that was everything that they were saying, I was already in the process of doing it. Like one thing they said, repurpose your content. I had already started Throwback Thursday messages. I already started to realize, I got messages from 2015. I literally don't have to. Like Instagram, you guys are following me on Instagram, but on StreamYard, I can literally schedule this and you would not know that I'm not here live. Like this one is live because I know Jennifer said good morning, Ed said preach. Like I know this is live, so that's how you know it's me being live. But a lot of my throwback messages, that's why it's not on Instagram. It's gonna be streamed. It's streamed directly from my computer at this time. Old message. There we go. And so when they said that, I was like, all right, God, all right, I know I'm on the right page, but I had to confirm that. So I want to just make sure we get to some things. For those of you who do not know, I am doing a workshop. It's a masterclass. Live your values every day, right? Live your values every day. This is my new masterclass that is coming up. It is going to be on Thursday, September 29th from 6 to 8 p.m. This is going to be a phenomenal, like I legit sat and I did my entire masterclass myself. All the content everything that I'm giving you, I sat and I redid it because I have been reevaluating my own values. Right. When my therapist put me on blast, I was like, yeah, I need to really reevaluate this because that means that there's something, if I'm living the modified version of my life and not the life that I'm truly, that means that something is going on in my values. We're going to talk about that in this masterclass. Now, if you want to bypass paying the full, right now it is $39 early bird until September 18th. But if you want to get it for 25% off, you should join my Inspirational Trailblazers masterclass. My Inspirational Trailblazers, it is where every month I pour into this particular group. And I mean, the way that I'm going to keep my Mondays inspirational chats, they are definitely going to be, it is definitely going to allow you. I definitely will, Jennifer. I will. Right. So my Inspirational Trailblazers lifestyle coaching group is a community of individuals that are dreamers, right? And maybe they don't have individuals around them that's going to speak to this dream, right? They don't want them to get to that. But you need that community. Like I said before, we need that community of people that are either in pursuit of it or people that are actually living it. So in this particular group, I'm living it. And I want to bring those that are in pursuit of that. And I'm going to bring in guests that's going to speak into you. One of the first things that we're going to do for the month of October is read this book called The Dream Giver by Bruce Wilkinson. You probably heard me talk about this book millions of times. Our group is going to read that book because it's going to give us a blueprint. So if you are interested, it is $7 a month for the first 100 people. You will be locked in. It will not go up. It will stay $7 a month. So for the first 100 people, you would get 100. It would be $7 a month for the rest of the life. After that, it'd be $14.99 for the 101 and better, right? And like I said, every month I'm going to be giving you different master classes. There are teachings that I have done in the past, other master classes that I have done in the past. Like I did one in 2016. You're going to have access to that this year. You're going to be able to get access to all of these archive masterclasses, exclusive teachings. I have some teachings that I've only done on certain platforms that no one else has ever heard. You're going to have access to that. So if you are interested, you can go to tanishashanae.com/hello and click on Join Inspirational Trailblazers. I'll probably go live later go later this week and talk more about that particular coaching group itself. But in that coaching group, that's where you're going to see, that's where they're going to see me more. So you guys will see me scheduled, but they're going to receive more. That's where I will be very intentional and where and how I pour resources. You guys know I'm constantly trying to show all of the people around me how to make their own journals. So again, anytime anyone that signs up for that, you would get automatic 25% off of any of my masterclasses. So when I do the masterclass on how to create your own journals, physical and digital, you will get that masterclass for 25% off the bat, right? No gimmicks, no other things, right? So this is what I want. And my first goal is after I get 20 people, I'm going to challenge myself to come back and do my workouts every month. So I had this coaching group before, And then I had dissolved it. Things was happening, right? And I was doing that, and I was just like, God, you know, people were not logging in. Fine, cool. But I still was going in and I was doing the workouts. So I'm going to go back to that. But I need the first 20 people to join me so we can sit here and schedule them workout Wednesdays, and we'll be in this 7 a.m. working out, right? Because again, I like to have fun. I like to show people what does this lifestyle really look like, right? October is going to be a big month. My team, my coaching group, right? Exactly, Jen. Right? We got to work out together. My coaching group is going to see the insides of what I'm going to do. I'm not sharing with anyone online yet. Y'all probably will find out the last week of September what's going to happen comes October in my life. But that group is going to see the insides of that whole journey and that whole experience, because I want them to see, like, this is how it is possible. We can't keep telling people it's possible, it's possible, it's possible. We're not showing them. We're not really giving them the insights. We're not giving them the deets, right? People want the deets. They want the insides. So that's where I'm going to definitely take that group, take them with me on that journey. Like I said, they're going to see all the behind the scenes. Everybody else will see the regular parts. You're going to see it, but they're going to see the behind the scenes, and they're going to be like, oh, wait. So that's something that you're interested in. TanishaShanae.com/hello, and you will be able to join me. I said, the first 100 people, $7 a month for the rest of the time that I have this coaching group. And if you get in after that, it will be $14.99 a month. But tap in masterclasses, 25%. So if you want to come to live your values every day, join Inspirational Trailblazers first, so you can get that 25% off. Right? I'm telling y'all, I love to help people. We're going to work together. We're going to make this happen. And we're going to definitely. So Jen, I will definitely reach out to you so I can get that information to you to share with your networking group. And Jen, then that means that I will want you to sign up to be an affiliate. Let me tell you how my thought process has changed over the years. I want to reward people, right, that support anything that I do. I support people just because I want to support people. But I want to help us get into this mindset that, yo, Jen, if you share this with 10 people and they sign up, thank you. I appreciate that. But I want you to be able to say, all right, they use my code, they use my affiliate link, they signed up, you get 10% of those sales, right? And some people are like, well, 10% is nothing. Look, I'm telling y'all, like, I used to do master classes and tickets was $197. So yes, this ticket might be $39 for early bird, but let's say in the future, when them ticket sales for those other master classes is going to happen later on in the year, $197, 10%, you do the math, right? That's how I want us to start thinking, because we build one another. This is how networking events are supposed to, communities. This is what I will be teaching my Inspirational Trailblazers, because I want us to start building our network, right? How do you think the Jews operate? I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm just telling you, we're gonna talk about that one day. That might be next Monday's conversation, right? Because I remember watching, I don't what was that show called? It's an old, I think it's still on the 700 Club, something like that. And they had this rabbi on there, and he was saying, he was like, the reason why their communities are constantly thriving is because they refer to one another. So they keep the business, right? And they're building each other up. Exactly. So we have to, right? Good morning, Diane. Sorry. So definitely, that's what, if you're looking for that kind of community, if you're looking for someone that's just going to intentionally pour into you, intentionally speak to that dream, speak to that doubt that you have, so we can turn it from doubt to believing. And then ultimately, I want to see action, right? I see this group being more than what it is in theory right now. And that's okay, because I have to get the foundation. But I want us to be able to, each one of us who have businesses, right? Everyone spotlight your business for the month. You share with the group, what are you doing? What special do you have? And then we all prepare to help one another each month. So these are things, because that's how you sow into each of the different communities. right? We all need seeds, right? So I'm just here. I think different. I think different. I think big, and maybe that's probably why. But that's okay because I know there's other people out here doing it. I know there's a community right now that I used to be a part of, and I was a part of it in 2019. At that time, they had over 5,000 members, paid members, and they had an opportunity. It was at a different level, but you were able to, like, you would know, like, oh, every month, everybody will purchase a ticket for this person's, event. And it might be a low level, might be $10, but imagine getting 5,000 people to pay $10 for a ticket. Do you know what kind of seat that you would have to get your business started? Right? I would rather do that than everyone saying, well, go out there and go get a business loan, and you end up with the interest rate of like 8-9%. Right? It's not always going to be beneficial. So that's why I say, like, my mindset is a lot different from a lot of people. God shows me things a lot differently, and I just want to be able to share that information. And I know everyone is not going to receive it, right? That's why I create this community, because that means that you're intentionally wanting change in your life. If you join that, that means that you intentionally are ready for changing your life. Everyone some people might log in and watch the live, they might just put it on. They might not be ready yet. This is why I still have to do these kind of messages in general to get those people. But the conversations that will happen in Inspirational Trailblazers are going to be intentional. Some days you might log in smiling, and you might log out tears, boogers, and everything. Like, I've seen it. I know what has happened in my groups. I know what has happened in some of these master classes that I have done. And that's great, because that means that you have some kind of emotions is evoking change in your life, and you want change. And I want us to want change. So I am Tanisha Shanae, and thank you for spending some time with me. If you do want to sew into this message, I don't ever ask, but you know what God says: if you don't allow people to do their part, then you are actually blocking. There's some people that just are natural givers. So if you want to sew into this message, you can sew using Cash App, Tanisha Shanae 25. If not, make sure you tell someone to join me on Thursday. I'll be back Thursday, 7:15 a.m. for my Throwback Thursday inspirational message. This message this week is going to be really short and sweet, but it's going to be a great message. Okay. So I am Tanisha Shanae. I love you guys. Have a great, blessed Monday. Having a phenomenal week. I'm telling y'all, you guys are going to do great. And for those who came in late, I did an affirmation. And the affirmation for this morning was, I am who I want to be. That was the affirmation for this morning. I am who I want to be. And I want you to carry that with you this week. Have a great day. Love you guys.